Okay, let's try this thing. Hello to Alex, Stacy. I'm winging it as per usual. I have 3 new Fireflies to show, at least 3, and they've all been really good. But I have to say this acoustic really blew me away. Originally, for 200 bucks or so, and I saw the reviews, and I knew it was going to be really good. But I'm just really impressed. Mahogany back and sides, solid spruce stop. It has the inlays there. I don't know if they're real abalone. It doesn't say abalone on the page, so I assume they're kind of fake abalone. But another feature is it has this nice, beautiful, slight cutaway here. For your shoulder here. And it just really does adds a lot of comfort. And just a beautiful guitar and beautiful sounding. It didn't need much setup. Hard to see the angle on that side thing there. We have Ginger, our dog that we sit with for an elderly gal. Visits with us for a weekend or so each month, or when she has medical stuff. It sounds great. It really does. It's out of the box. Had to do very little. It sounds great. I love this guitar. My friend Michael said that my Taylor has more sustain, but that this one has more punch to it, and I think that's really accurate. It has Fishman pickups with a tuner on the side. And this is just through my Orange Crush amp, so it's an electric amp. Usually I don't like that in acoustic guitar. Pickups through, I have an acoustic amp for that, so it's usually an acoustic pickup guitar with pickups to an acoustic amp. But this is through the just my electric guitar amp. It really just sounds great. I don't know how they do it for like 200 bucks. But really beat my expectations. If you told me it was 500 or 800, I'd go, oh, okay. And here's the pickups for it. Here's the back. Love the wood. And up the neck. And normal type stuff. Okay. That's this one. I don't want to spend too much time. Maybe a few minutes on each one. Next is the Explorer. And I was kind of torn on this one. I looked at it for a long time, like a year. And they were sold out, and then they came back, and they had these ones. And again, I just love the wood. The wood on this one. and the grain. Even though it's kind of heavy metal, more in style and shape and everything. Oops. And I guess this would be modeled after an Explorer style guitar. The dual pickups there. I do like this kind of bridge a little better than the next one I'll show you, where you can just adjust it back and forth to raise it up. And I had to do a little on this, raise it up and get it dialed in a little. All of these ship with really crappy strings. And they'll feel scratchy on there. But I play them in and I let them sit up for a day or two, and then I always change all the strings. It's beautiful. And when I decided to get this one too, there was a guy that was doing a lot of blues on it. Another beauty. I think this one was 209. But I'm going to pay all these guitars off by writing a short story of how to get your wife to allow you to collect all these guitars. And still have a roof over your head. Beautiful back. I like the feel. I like this guitar when it really almost requires a strap. And I like it when it's strapped up. But it doesn't stand up on its own. You know, it needs a hook or something. The shape is a little cumbersome. It has a lot of play a little quieter in here, or the dogs start shivering. Make it stop! I hate guitars. All right. All right. Lastly, new today, and this has the old all I did was string it up today. Oh no, not string it up. I just tuned it up and raised just the low, what would be E string, but on here is a B string. And the tuning is B, E, A, D, F sharp, back to B. So it begins with a B, ends with a B. E, A, and D are normal tuning for the first strings on a guitar. and then the F sharp. So it's like I guess it's like an open B. But I hadn't even really, I knew existed, but I hadn't really heard of or didn't know. And then I guess it's used a lot in early circ music and stuff like that, and then kind of rediscovered with a lot of heavy metal because it has that. And it's easier to, I thought that with the longer neck, like a bass, and the thicker strings, and wider gap between the frets, that would be a lot like harder to play. But it isn't really, and it's. This string still has a little, but has to come up a little more. Just a little fret buzz, so still working on it, and then I'll adjust it more after I change strings tomorrow or the next day. But really beautiful, really nice. There's just a different kind of thing to it, you know. You still have the chords. You want to do tremolo. And I'm not a big effects guy, but I may get a good tremolo pedal. B tuning. It's kind of weird. But you can still make regular chord shapes. Have those really very much bass notes to it too. Whoops. And years ago, Betty, my wife, used to date a baritone guitar player. And so I go, oh, the baritone guitar. She says, no more guitars. Oh, gosh, we don't have room for them. And spent too much money. And then she came home later that day and she goes, yeah, okay, baritone guitar. It's a different thing. It's different. That's enough show and tell. I didn't play very well or any songs or stuff. It's more just to demonstrate. And our visitor Ginger, right, Ginger? Great, nice little doggy. Guitars. You probably want to see this one more time. Thank you, China. I mean it. And then I don't know if I'd shown this one before, but this one's a really. I have another Les Paul from them from the Firefly, and this one I just like the all wood look, and it's really heavy. That's a chunky guitar. And look at this cutaway. on the back. It has this cutaway in here, and also in the kind of in the neck pocket here. It's really beautiful. And it's just, you don't have to spend, $4,000 for a guitar, or 1,000, or 800 for an Epiphone. An Epiphone like this, would be about 800 entry level. And Epiphone is the budget model of the Gibson. Anyway, I love these guitars, and my love to you guys, and I will sign off.